For a gimbal, we look for two things: balance and trust, and this Zhiyun Crane 4. It claims to give both with a cleaner design and better handling. We all want gear that supports us instead of fighting, which is why this one had us curious from the start. That thought stayed with us through scenes that need quick shifts and steady motion, and it brings perks that create real impact during long shoots. So, let's see how it holds up. We can start with the first moment you lift it out of the case. The weight hits you first, not because it feels heavy, but because the balance feels right. We have used many gimbals, and every time we move from a handheld setup to a stabilizer, our wrist starts to send little warnings. With the Crane 4, that reaction never came. The body feels light without that hollow toy-like feel. The frame sits firm and grip feels shaped for real operators instead of people who only use gimbals a few minutes at a time. And once we mounted a full-frame camera with a proper lens, the Crane 4 kept that confidence. The motors handled it without fuss. The new longer arm design helps a lot, so you do not fight against front-heavy setups or awkward weight shifts. That part already told us that Zhiyun built this with real rigs in mind instead of light demo setups. Now, the moment we started balancing, we felt another upgrade. Each motor has tiny indicator lights that show if your balance is off. And we like that, because every gimbal operator has lived through that 5-minute panic when nothing feels level and the clock keeps moving. With the Crane 4, we got immediate feedback. A quick look told us which arm needed a slight push, which motor sat unhappy, and which axis already dialed in. And after that, the extended quick release plate locked everything without the usual micro slips that show up later. We also loved the small details. The magnetic wrench snaps onto the body and stays there, so you never fish through pockets or bags for that one tool you always misplace. And the silicone sleeves on the arms kept the scratches down when we tossed it into a backpack for a location change. These touches sound minor, but if you shoot every day, you know how much these things matter over time. Once we got rolling with the actual shooting, the biggest comfort upgrade came from the new sling grip and the wrist rest. We could adjust the angle to fit our height, our posture, and the shot we wanted. When we dipped for low angles or swung upward for hero shots, our wrist did not feel punished. Besides that, the extendable design lets you shift between a single-hand sling mode and a more stable two-hand setup without rebuilding the whole rig. And that level of flexibility kept us in a good rhythm throughout the shoot. And this quick release module for landscape and portrait switching felt very natural. We pressed, slid, rotated, and we were in another format without adapters, without flipping plates, and without rebalancing. For fast client work, that part alone saves a surprising amount of time. If you handle weddings, commercial shorts, reels, or behind-the-scenes content, that's something you will appreciate. Another huge part of this gimbal is the built-in 10-watt LED fill light. And we have to be honest, we did not expect the brightness to hold up in real use, but the output reached about 3,200 lux at close range, which helped a lot during tight indoor shots where natural light felt weak. The bicolor range from 2,700 Kelvin to 5,500 Kelvin also gave us control over mood. So we adjusted to a warmer tone for interviews and a cooler tone for product shots. And because the light sits directly on the gimbal, you can remove one more thing from your bag, which makes a huge difference during travel shoots or quick B-roll capture. Let's talk about the controls next, because that is where the Crane 4 picked up real personality. Its 1.22-inch touchscreen gave us fast access to modes, settings, and motion functions, and we liked that the layout felt simple. The customizable front dial and trigger let us assign ISO, shutter, aperture, or focus motor control. We set ours to exposure control, and that made run and gun work smooth. And because Bluetooth shutter control works with many cameras, we could start or stop recording from the handle. Now, battery life often becomes the silent enemy on long production days. Here, The Crane 4 uses 4 1865-0 cells, which gave us close to a full day of mixed use. And if you plug in a power bank, the gimbal keeps running while charging, so you do not face downtime during a long time lapse or a long handheld sequence. A full charge took about an hour and 50 minutes for us with PD fast charge. At this point, the real question is this: how does all of this feel in actual footage? We tested interior walkthroughs, outdoor city moves, fast pans, low crawls for automotive shots, and locked-off moves that demand micro-level stability. The motors felt confident across focal lengths that usually bring jitter, and when we shifted from high-angle push-ins to low sweeping movements, the gimbal stayed responsive without snapping or lagging. We even tried quick whip transitions for movement-based storytelling, and it held the frame with calm precision. So after spending real time with this gimbal, here is our take. This Crane 4 brings together comfort, power, and practical design in a way that feels made for shooters. It keeps the weight down without giving up strength. It gives you balance tools that help you dial in the setup fast. It offers a built-in light that saves you from packing extra gear, and it stays responsive across all kinds of shots. If you want a stabilizer that serves you through long days, tight spaces, and fast creative shifts, this one feels worth your attention. It fits deep into the modern workflow of anyone who wants smooth cinematic movement without carrying a heavy rig. And while there are things we hope Zhiyun expands on with firmware and accessories, we walked away confident that the Crane 4 can carry a big role in your kit. That was all. Thanks for watching. Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you found it helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more camera news and reviews.